Sagittarius, and welcome to your monthly reading. First and foremost, I really want to give a shout out to all 3,000 of you who were really feeling that last video. No, I really appreciate that. So, this one is for you. We're going to give extra special love to this one because you guys gave extra special love. So, being a Libra and all, I thought I'd make it fair and give it back. So, right, exactly. My Virgo partner agrees. Okay, so we're going to go ahead, Sagittarius, and jump into your monthly reading, and let's see what our spiritual focus this month, and it is the Queen of Swords. So Sagittarius, right now, I really feel like you are vibrating in this energy of just honesty and just really not being, not ashamed, but not being afraid to voice your opinion. So Sagittarius, this month, I really feel like you guys are going to be in that air of confidence. Some of you guys were in a little bit of a cloudy space, and there were things that were uncertain for you, but there's going to be a moment of clarity for you this month, Sagittarius, that's going to be all of the honesty and all of the truth that you have been really seeking. All of those answers that you were not sure of last month, you are going to get them this month. And not only that, but it's going to give you the soaring confidence to vocalize and say everything that you've been needing to say, Sagittarius. And not only will you be saying what you need to say, but you're going to be right about what you're saying as well. I'm going to go ahead and pull an extra card for you over here, and that's the Judgment card. So for me, this is telling me that this month, Sagittarius, your real big spiritual focus is all of those skeletons in the closet and everything that has been buried in the past. You have the confidence now to bring these things up to light and talk about them. So usually the Judgment card is, this is happening out of the blue and all of a sudden, and it's almost like your dirty laundry is getting aired. But Sagittarius, this month, it is you that is actually bringing up the past because you are just that confident that in your own judgment and in your own certainty and, and doing all of the hard work as well that you've been doing, that by you bringing these things up, you're in the right headspace to go ahead and make these calls. And again, this Judgment call, you're more than willing to bring up the past, Sagittarius, because you know where you stand and you know exactly how everything's been going. Okay, so your monthly focus is Ace of Cups. So for some of you guys, this is a blooming of a new relationship, possibly for some Sagittarians over there. Maybe there's been the flowering of something new, something that has just kind of appeared out of nowhere. Maybe it just kind of caught us off guard, or it took us a little bit by surprise. For others, which I feel like is mostly what this card is trying to tell me, is this is the beginning of you opening up that emotional side of yourself this month, Sagittarius. And maybe this has to do with Venus moving into Pisces, but I really feel like this month you guys are going to be just a little bit more sensitive and just more almost empathetic, Sagittarius, and it's going to be bringing out a softness and a tenderness, which is going to be really refreshing to you. I almost feel like you guys are really going to enjoy almost this soft side of you. I feel like all of the battling you guys were doing this last month, and this month this is all about confirmations for you and actually having that sound peace of mind and being able to move on and move forward. And not only are you moving forward, but the Ace of Cups telling you that this is something that's flowering. This is really something that's really helping you guys and something that you've been really looking towards, which again, I'm pulling another card, and I love how the confirmations are just majors. So for a lot of you guys, this is definitely the embarking of a brand new journey. For some of you, this is a new relationship. Actually, I think really this, for some of you guys, this is definitely a new relationship. For others, it's a new endeavor. But regardless of what this is, Sagittarius, you are approaching this with the total optimism of the Fool card. So you are valiantly and diligently walking towards the future. You are no longer held on to your past here with the Judgment card, and you are just moving on forward, whistling and just totally happy and at ease with yourself, Sagittarius, which is absolutely amazing. I am so excited, and you are definitely excited here. And you also have a lot of loyalty following you as well, Sagittarius. So maybe some of you guys were just trimming the fat out of your lives from this last month. You guys were getting rid of, those things that no longer served you. And now you are left with that which serves your higher cause. This includes friends. This includes relationships. Sagittarius, whoever survived the purge last month and is here with you this month is in it for the long haul. And they are definitely here to encourage you and push you along the way, which is absolutely amazing. So your monthly lesson this month is to take a break also and just kind of stop and think. So now I know that you have all of this rush of energy and all of this angst, almost anxiousness that I'm feeling like to just go ahead and just keep it moving, because again, the Fool card, you have this very fiery and very optimistic energy about you, Sagittarius. But I feel like here with the Four of Swords, to me, it's telling me that you need to just kind of take a break and think about something that you are not considering, which is weird to say, and I have to pull another card here. Wow, that's funny. I get King of Swords. So maybe there's an idea that you have been sitting on, Sagittarius, or maybe there's just this one last thought. Maybe there's just this one last thing that you feel like you need to get off of your chest and you need to say. And again, this is the lesson that you're going to learn this month, is for you to think about picking and choosing your battles. And I feel like that's just really what this comes down to. And this is for your own peace of mind and for your own sanity. I know some of you guys have been really fired up and really just, again, ready to just kind of like take that sword and slash him up. But Sagittarius, pick and choose your battles, and which doesn't make sense why Four of Swords is coming up here. And it's telling me to pause, telling you to pause, take a minute, take a breather, and you don't have, not everything has to be an argument, Sagittarius. Not everything has to be a confrontation either. Sometimes there is a time to vocalize what you need to say and, let them know what it is, and other times there's a time to walk away. But practicing that diligence and that delegation here as King of Swords is crucial for you this month, Sagittarius. Again, not everything requires you to exhaust your energy or in your time. So be wise and really consider the factors of something before you decide to invest yourself into it. Okay? So positively influencing you is the Hermit card. So to me, this goes hand in hand here with Four of Swords, and I feel like this is very Virgo energy, so I feel like everything that you are considering, you're going to do it with that same analytical nature that Virgo's doing it with. I also feel, what I mean by that is you have analyzed all of the details and thoroughly thought them out. So again, this is going back to the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords. And Virgo, you have this very mercurial intelligence about you this month, Sagittarius, to the point where I feel like you have all of the information that you need, which is why you're so ready to just go ahead and move forward. I want to pull one more card here. Look at that, Page of Cups. Okay, and you have the Ace of Cups over there. So some of you guys, maybe this is you taking a little bit of time and focusing on some interpersonal relationships maybe that you've been neglecting, Sagittarius. Maybe last month you were so caught up and so overwhelmed in just a little bit of your own personal drama that you really didn't take the time to just kind of become reclusive and pay attention to that home life here. Because the Hermit card is all about being in its own space, in its own shell, and seeking the healing from being in that solitude. So for some of you guys, Sagittarius, again, Four of Swords, you guys would really benefit this month from taking a lot of time to yourself and taking the time to just really, just heal yourself. And what I mean by that is just take a breather, take a step back this month, Sagittarius. Again, pick and choose your battles. Don't be so battling and confrontational about everything, as I know some fire signs definitely have the tendency to do. I mean, let's just be honest with ourselves. But yeah, so we're going to go ahead and move forward. Negatively influencing you is the King of Cups. So what I think is funny about that is, although you're approaching this point of emotional maturity, Sagittarius, you're still having some difficulty with the humility aspect of that. And I feel like, almost like with Leo, it's like you're afraid to appear, Leo and Scorpio, I believe they said the same thing too, but it's like you're afraid to appear weak, and you're afraid to appear vulnerable, Sagittarius. But you have to understand that when it comes to people closest to you, you have to be able to let those walls down. You have to be able to take responsibility for your own emotions and allow yourself to feel them, Sagittarius. It doesn't make you a weak person to feel these things. And to me, the Six of Rods is telling me that you should get over that. Again, get over yourself. I told you that last month. Get over your own ego and get over your own sense of vulnerability and just this pride, and allow yourself to really, again, Venus and Pisces, be sensitive and be attentive and be aware of the needs of just people closest to you. And again, just because you have very strong feelings about something, you're not silly or ridiculous for feeling that, Sagittarius. It's, I totally get it. All right, so a word of advice here is the Eight of Cups, and to me, it is telling me move on. And most importantly, I feel like this is a matter of you now. You've seen everything for what it is, Sagittarius, and you were disappointed last month big time. However, what is great about this is now that you have accumulated all of this knowledge and all of this information, you finally got the answers that you were looking for, and now it's just a time of just turning your back on those things, which is most important of all. You're not going back to this. So be very, 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 I don't even know how to say this to you, Sagittarius, but just do not go back to what you're walking away from. And I almost feel like there is a sense of things coming to light that, again, were really disappointing to you. But remember, now that you see things for as they actually are, keep that in mind and move on and move forward with your life. This is not a time for you to look back, Sagittarius, and think about going back to what no longer serve you just for the sake of comfort. Remember, the Hermit card is all about that solitude, in the sense that this is you taking a leave of absence just on your own terms, and taking time for yourself. All right, this is not a time for you to go back on anything, and I cannot urge you to do that enough. We're going to pull one more card here, the Lovers card. This is the card of Gemini and choices and decisions. So Sagittarius, the choice for you that you have made already to walk away from decision, honor that choice, honor that decision, stay away from whatever this is, or if you have chosen to commit, honor that commitment as well. But whichever way, you need to make a choice here with the Lovers card, and it is very, very, very strong that's coming in. There is a strong choice that was either made or there's a choice that was already made, and this was last month. If not, you need to make this choice, and it has to be one or the other. Sagittarius, you can't have your cake and eat it too. It is very important for you to pick your side, honor that decision, all things considered, which is important. Consider all things before making this decision, and honor that and hone that, and don't go back on that. There is no looking back once you make that point forward, and from there, you start the rest of your journey, Sagittarius. The Fool card begins. Okay, so we are going to do one last channel message for you, and let's see what we get here. Sorry, I'm shuffling as fast as I can. I don't know, I feel like the pressure of all the Sagittarians watching me right now. I'm like, hurry up and fucking finish shuffling the deck. I want to see my channel message. I'm sorry. Wow, the Empress card. So Sagittarius, again, to me this just crowns the rest of your reading, and you have a lot of this major energy coming in here for it. So this last message to me, I really feel like telling you, you have more than what you need, and you have everything that you need at your fingertips. There is no need to rely on anybody else but yourself at this time, Sagittarius, and you are glowing. You are at the top right now. You are at the top of your game because you have made those affirmative decisions, and you are confident in these decisions that you are going to make. Sagittarius, I know that the decisions that you are going to make are going to have to be tough, and it's going to be a rough call, but I have so much confidence that you are going to make the right decision, that you're going to come out like this Empress card here. Venus literally on Earth, indulging in all of her worldly pleasures, and just so happy to satisfy herself and everybody else around them. So as long as you are willing to take the steps to reflect, and again, really make those calls. I'm going to quote Albus Dumbledore right now, and I feel like it's appropriate. And for you, Sagittarius, I'm going to say, the time has come for you to make a decision between what is right and what is easy. And I will end your reading on that note. I really hope that that helped you, and I hope to see you next month. And thank you so much for watching, guys.